The film begins with Michael, who performs a pointless 90s-style dance for us. He goes to apply for a dance competition, and the organizer tells him, "Aren't you tired? Every time you apply, you get rejected, to the point where your belly is hanging out in front of you." He replies to her, "What belly is this? No, you'll be very impressed with me." She says to him, "All right, get out of here. Have we reached the end of times that we're now collecting scrap metal?" He leaves her, completely dejected about the life he wasted without achieving his dream. He hides his Michael Jackson tapes and hat, the man he wished to become, and decides never to return to dancing again. He goes out and gets drunk, and on his way back, he sees a child crying in the garbage. He hesitates on whether to take him or not, but the child evokes his pity, so he takes him home, but the boy keeps crying. Michael tells him, "Man, please be quiet. What's your name? Mona? Mona is a beautiful name, so be quiet, Mr. Mona." He tries everything possible with him, but Mona doesn't stop crying, so he decides to play some music to get a break from the noise. And the strange thing, my friend, is that the boy goes quiet upon hearing the music. He turns the music off, and the boy starts crying again. He turns it on, and Mona goes quiet. My God, brother, it seems the boy has the soul of a Dutch cow. Anyway, the boy starts to grow up and goes to school, and from a young age, his talent for dancing emerges. He walks down a certain street, and with every step he takes, he gets a little older. And I believe this because I walked down that street before and aged 5 years all at once. Anyway, he returns home, takes out the Michael Jackson hat, and puts it on. At that moment, Michael walks in on him and is shocked. Mona asks him, "What do you think?" He replies, "What is this you're wearing? Forget about dancing and all that nonsense." Mona tells him, "I will achieve your dream and become Michael Jackson." He tells him, "Go find yourself a job in any company. Michael Jackson is dead." Mona replies, "Michael is still alive, and I'll prove it to you myself. Look at this move." After that, he gathers his friends and they go to a club where a person is performing a dance within his limited abilities. After he finishes, Mona tells him, "Were you dancing or was the floor electrified?" The man replies, "I am the best dancer in India. I bet you can't dance better than me." Mona asks him, "How much will you bet me?" He says, 1,000 rupees. Mona mockingly replies, "Is that all you have?" He says, 10,000 rupees. Mona keeps provoking him until the bet reaches 15,000 rupees. At that moment, the beast, Mona, descends upon the stage. The boy has some insane moves, my friend. He finishes his dance and wins the bet. Meanwhile, they call him from the hospital to inform him that his father is sick, so he rushes there. The doctors tell him that his father needs an expensive surgery, but Mona refuses to tell his father so as not to upset him. He gathers his friends and goes to the club, but a policeman stops him, saying, "You are banned from entering this club and any other club in the city because of what you did to the inspector's son yesterday." And indeed, he goes to every club, and none of them agree to let him in. He becomes frustrated and doesn't know how to arrange the costs for his father's operation. His friends start to disappear one by one until he is left alone. At that moment, he decides to go to Delhi. He indeed goes and enters a club there. He enters a bet and wins it with complete ease. He takes the money and is about to leave, but Bali says to him, "Where are you going, boy? Do you think you're just going to take the money and leave? Do you think I'm a donkey?" Mona replies, "Don't bring your father into this." Bali says, "So you've become disrespectful. It seems you want to fight." Mona says, "I don't specialize in problems. My specialty is breaking bones." At that moment, his men enter. Do you think Mona will be scared, my friend? I swear it won't happen. Instead, he makes them dance to the rhythm of his punches and teaches them how to avoid trouble. The boy uses his feet and doesn't care about anyone around him. Go, Mona, you hero! He takes out most of them, and the rest run towards him, so he directs a quadruple kick at them, full of cruelty and devoid of tenderness. What a boy! He finishes them off, then heads to Bali, smashes his face with a bottle, and then leaves him and walks away. At that time, Mahender takes his men and attacks a rival gang leader, saying, "So you sheep, dare to hit one of my men?" The other replies, "I'll hit you too." They clash, but Mahender and his men finish them off. Meanwhile, his brother Bali calls him and tells him about the defeat he suffered at the hands of Mona, so he sends the policeman he bought to bring him to his house. Mahender asks him, "Are you the one who defeated my brother in dancing and beat him and his men?" Mona replies, "Exactly." Mahender says, "Do you know this is the first time anyone has ever hit my brother? Even I have never hit him." Mona replies, "Don't be sad, man. I hit him for you. Now let's get to the point. Do you want me to break all of your bones? I have no problem with that." Mahender says, "Man, let's not cause problems. Leave us alone, guys." Then he says to Mona, "Look, it's 1 bullet for 10 rupees that I'll shoot you with, and it will kill you. But I don't want to kill you, and I'll let you live. In return, I'll give you a task. If you succeed, all the good things will come to you, man. Money, cars, villas, everything you want. But if you fail, I'll run you over with my car and put you in a grave." Mona asks him, "And what is the task?" He replies, "I want you to teach me how to dance." Mona laughs and says, "And why me specifically? Get anyone else to teach you." Mahender says, "I brought many, but they all failed, so I killed them." Mona says, "All right, let's begin." And indeed, he starts teaching him, and with time, they grow closer to each other, and their relationship turns into a friendship. After that, Mahender calls Mona and says to him, "Hey buddy, I'm so bored. What do you think about practicing now?" Mona replies, "No, I can't. Let's do it in the morning." Mahender says, "Man, in the morning I'm not free. I'm going to kill a few people who were bothering me." Mona asks him, "Okay, what are you guys cooking today?" He answers, "We're cooking traditional food." Mona says, "Then come down and wait for me. I'm coming to you." And indeed, he goes down, but the gang he beat up attacks him, wounds him in the back, and starts beating him mercilessly. They are about to kill him, but the violent, stubborn, fierce boy Mona has another opinion. He tells them, "Wait you there. Isn't it a shame for 20 men to be against 1 man?" One of them replies, "Go, sweetie, change your diaper and then come back so you don't die with him." Do you think Mona will leave, my friend? I swear it won't happen. Instead, he attacks his men and starts breaking their bones one by one. Mahender has his back, and as one of the men is about to kill him, Mona saves him at the last moment. He finishes him off and takes Mahender to the hospital. The next day, Mahender takes him to his house and introduces him to his family members. And Mahender's mother cooks some food that, if you smelled it, you would vomit, my friend. Anyway, Mahender tells Mona, "Listen, I brought you to my house and introduced you to my family. From today, you are my brother, one of the family." Afterwards, they sit on the roof and he tells him, "I will never forget what you did for me yesterday." Mona replies, "Man, forget about it. Tell me, why are you so interested in dancing?" Mahender says, "Today I will show you the reason." And from here, the thrilling fun begins. He takes him to the club and shows him Dolly as she dances. There's an unnatural amount of flesh in the place, like a slaughterhouse whose owner has gone away, my friend. Anyway, Mona is very taken with Dolly, and you could say he fell in love with her. Dolly finishes her dance, and Mahender says, "Now do you know why I want to learn to dance?" Mona replies, "You're absolutely right. She's a stunningly beautiful girl, a piece of almond sugar." Mahender says, "Watch it. This girl is mine. Besides, my love for her is sincere, and I'm ready to do anything for her to love me. And I'm sure that when I become a professional dancer and dance in front of her, she will love me. Do you understand me?" Mona says, "I understand you, but why haven't you told her what's in your heart?" He replies, "Man, I'm no good at these things." Mona says, "You must at least give her a hint, give her a gift." Mahender says, "Believe me, that idea slipped my mind. Tomorrow morning I will buy her a gift." And indeed, they go to buy a dress as a gift for her. Mahender tells Mona, "I won't be able to give her the gift. You will take it and tell her, 'I'm a good Samaritan, delivering this gift to you from someone who loves you. And look, I wrote her this poem. Here, read it." Mona takes the paper on which is written, "I love you like a donkey loves clover. I love you like a motorcycle loves gasoline. I love you with a love full of vitamins. And I will keep loving you, oh dancer, daughter of dancers." Mona says, "This is garbage, not poetry. It's more like the quills of a hedgehog that hasn't been washed in 6 years. Completely forget about this letter business. The dress is very beautiful on her." Mahender says, "Fine. The most important thing is for you to find out for me whether she's in a relationship or not." Mona asks him, "And what if she is?" He replies, "You'll find out who it is for me so I can kill him, or you kill him and we'll settle up later." Mona takes the gift and waits for her outside the club. As she is leaving, some young men harass her, and she teaches them a lesson. Then she goes to Mona and tells him, "Are you with them?" He answers, "No, I swear. I'm just a do-gooder, and this gift is sent to you from someone." She says, "What does that mean? Do you work as a dating site?" He says, "As you wish." She asks, "And who sent it?" He replies, "You will find the answers to all your questions in the gift." He leaves her and is about to walk away, but she calls out, "Wait, your motorcycle is very beautiful. Can you give me a ride?" He tells her, "Get on." And indeed, he gives her a ride. She tells him, "Oh my God, you are a very skilled driver." Like recap star, "Yes, my friend. She was with me yesterday, and I promised her I would summarize the film for her." The next day, Mona goes to her manager and beats him up until he allows her to leave. And indeed, Dolly comes and her manager tells her, "You have received an invitation from the president of Polyester Restaurant. You will be their official dancer there." She becomes very happy, takes Mona, and leaves. He tells her, "I was so happy for you when I heard the news. I said I would deliver the letter to you myself. By the way, did you like the dress?" She asks him, "And how did you know it was a dress?" He gets flustered. Then she asks him, "Are you in a relationship?" He answers, "No, I'm not in a relationship." She says, "Okay, give me your number. I have a friend I'll arrange a meeting with for you." He gives her the number, then goes to Mahender and tells him, "The fruit has ripened, my friend, and when she finds out you're the owner of the restaurant, she'll fall head over heels in love with you. The most important thing is to be classy in your dealings with her to win her heart." And indeed, Mahender goes to the meeting and sits with her like a duck. He gets scared for her feelings and tells her, "I just want us to be friends, and this apartment and car are a gift for you. Consider them the beginning of our friendship." An apartment and a car at the beginning? I wonder what he'll give her in the end. Will he sign India over to her in her name? Anyway, she tells him, "Okay, but we will only be friends." She leaves him and calls Mona, who comes to her. She tells him, "Here, dude, I brought you a drink." He asks her, "Where is your friend you said you were going to introduce me to?" She says, "Forget about her. She got paralyzed and couldn't come with me. Wait, this is my favorite song." And she gets up to dance for him, saying, "Why are you sitting down? Come and dance with me." He says, "No, I'm not good at dancing." She says, "Man, I'll teach you. Just come." Girl, he told you he doesn't know how to dance. But does the girl stay quiet, my friend? I swear it won't happen. Instead, she pulls him towards her, puts him in this position, and gets close to him. But he remembers his friend and tells her, "This isn't right. It seems you've had too much to drink." She says, "Man, I'm perfectly conscious and excellent." He says, "No, get in, I'll take you home." And indeed, he takes her to the new apartment, leaves her, and goes. She enters the apartment to find Bali waiting for her. He attacks her, but she raises a knife at him, so he leaves her and goes. And here she decides to leave the city entirely to escape from these savages. At that time, Mahender hears what happened, so he rushes to his brother and beats him mercilessly until he falls to the ground. His mother says, "What is happening, my son? Why all this?" His wife says to him, "Why are you hitting your brother?" He yells in her face, "You are my wife. Don't play the role of my mother or I'll kill you." Mona is shocked because his friend is married, which means he cannot marry again, meaning his intention was to play with Dolly. At that moment, his father tells him, "You hit your mother, your brother, and your wife for your mistress?" Mahender replies, "You are the reason. You are the one who married me to this disaster without even asking my opinion. If you say another word, I'll kill you. You would hit your father, you disobedient son." At that moment, Mona calms him down. He looks at his brother and finds he has run away, so he runs after him. He catches him and continues to beat him, with Mona trying to calm him down again. Mahender yells, "Leave me alone. Have you never loved in your life before?" Mona answers, "No, I have only loved my father." Mahender says, "If you had loved, you would feel what is inside me. She ran away, and I don't know where she went. I want Dolly. I can't live without her." Overwhelmed with sadness, Mona tells him, "Calm down, my friend. I will bring her to you." He asks, "Really? How?" He answers, "I know where she is, and within 24 hours, she will be with you." And indeed, he reaches her and pretends he saw her by chance. She asks him, "What are you doing here?" He answers, "I came with my colleagues. "And what are you doing here?" She says, "I applied for a dance competition and was accepted." He tells her that he was also accepted. Afterwards, they go together and he puts a sedative in her champagne, and she indeed starts to get sleepy. Before she falls asleep, she tells him, "What do you think of my team?" He answers, "The team looks very weak." She says, "I don't like them either, but I have no other choice. Do you know that whoever wins this competition will get a prize of 10 million rupees? But I don't want to win for the money, but to prove to my father that I was right and that dancing is a talent, not a shame. Then he will take me in his arms again, and I will return to our home once more." As she is falling asleep, she tells him, "Don't you dare leave me and go. Stay by my side." At that moment, Mona backs down from what he had in mind and decides to help her achieve her dream and win the dance competition. He brings his colleagues to help her win the competition, as he trusts them because he trained them himself. And indeed, she enters the competition with them and continues to win round after round until she reaches the final. She becomes very happy and tells him, "Mona, without you, I wouldn't have achieved anything." He tells her, "You haven't done me a favor even once." She asks, "How so?" He says, "Where is your friend you said you were going to introduce me to?" She laughs, and between them begin the deadly looks of love. This love is killing his friend, Mahender, who says to her, "What? We've reached the final. We have to get ourselves ready." She says, "You're right. I'll go get the clothes we'll wear in the competition." And indeed, she leaves them, and Mona starts training them to be ready for the final. Meanwhile, Dolly forgets her headphones upstairs, so she goes back to get them and finds Mona training the team. His way of dancing puts her in a state of shock. He finishes his dance, and she goes to him and says, "Why did you hide this from me?" He is shocked, leaves her, and walks away. She follows him, and in the middle of the street, she screams, "Help me, people! He led me on to marry him, and now he wants to forget me." The people tell him, "Son, this isn't right. The girl is beautiful. It's a shame to leave her." At that moment, he looks at her and starts singing and dancing with her. After they finish dancing, Bali spots Dolly. Mona hides himself and tells her, "Do exactly as I tell you." And indeed, she walks with him while Bali and Mahender keep running after them. Meanwhile, Mona lets her run and starts breaking their bones one by one without them noticing, so that Mahender doesn't see him. And indeed, he takes them out and escapes with her. At that time, Mahender calls him and says, "Come to me now." And indeed, he goes to him, and Mahender says, "I saw Dolly today." Mona replies, "Are you kidding? Where did you see her?" He answers, "I saw her here, and she was with a man wearing the same shirt as yours." Bali says, "It could be him." Mahender scolds him, "Are you a fool? My friend wouldn't do that. Why did you come here?" He answers, "I came to look for Dolly with you." Mona tells him, "Man, don't trouble yourself. I'm looking for her and I found her address. Believe me, your presence is unnecessary and will just cause us worry in the place for no reason." Mahender replies, "No, I'll stay here and we'll look for her together." Suddenly, he sees her in the dance competition on the television screen. He says, "So, we found her. We will go to this dance competition and we will surely find her there." Mona is shocked and says, "Okay, tomorrow morning we will go." He returns to his colleagues and tells them what happened. Dolly says, "What are we going to do now? The final round starts tomorrow." He tells her, "Don't worry, I'll handle it." And indeed, the next day he calls Mahender and tells him, "I found her and she's at the train station now." They believe him and rush to the station. They search for her and indeed find her on the train. They keep running after the train, but someone holds them back, and this person is Mona's friend. They go to ask the organizer, who is also Mona's second friend. "There's a girl named Dolly who just left. Can we find out where she'll get off?" He answers, "She'll get off at Kondapuram station." "Let's go. We'll take a plane and get to Kondapuram before her, wait for her at the station, and catch her." And indeed, they board the plane. Then his third friend calls the flight attendants and describes Mona, saying, "This person is carrying a bomb on the plane." The flight attendants remove him from the plane, and Mahender and his brother travel alone and get lost there. As for Dolly, she hadn't traveled at all. Rather, she was spending the best of times with her beloved Mona. But unfortunately, joy doesn't last. Mahender returns again and goes to Mona's house, saying, "So, did you find Dolly?" Mona asks him, "Didn't you find her at the station?" Mahender says, "We'll find her soon. I came back from my work. I see you're doing well, my friend." At that moment, he smells Dolly's perfume on Mona's clothes. He leaves him and goes and orders his men to kidnap his father. Mona runs after them but can't catch them, so he goes to Dolly and tells her the whole story. Dolly leaves him and goes to Mahender, telling him, "Look, the dream of my life is to be a great dancer." "Oh, what dreams we have, my daughter." He says to her, "Me too. I wish I were a female dancer." I mean, a male dancer. And I'm also good at dancing. Look at this move. So, what do you think? She tells him, look, it's impossible for me to love you because I love someone else. He is shocked and says, impossible? And who is he? She says, it doesn't matter who he is. The important thing is I won't stay with you. And if you want to kill me, then kill me. He sits in his place, speechless. So she leaves him and goes. Mona goes to his father in the hospital, and the father tells him, this friend of yours, God bless him, brought me to a very big hospital, and the doctors are treating me with the best care. What do you do with him for work, my son? He answers, we sell water balloons after 12 noon. Wait here, father. I'll go finish the paperwork and come back. As he is leaving, he finds Dolly running towards him and hugging him, saying, let's go. There's no time. The competition starts in 7 hours. He says, I can't leave my father and go. She says, man, don't worry. The hospital here is excellent. And if we win the competition, we'll get 10 million rupees. He says, I promised my father I wouldn't dance again and that I'd work in a company. She tells him, do you think your father would stop you from achieving your dream? Mona says, it was my dream. Every day I used to listen to Michael Jackson tapes. I would practice and dance as if it were the last day of my life. I hope to achieve my father's dream that he couldn't achieve, but he doesn't want that. And it's impossible for me to do something that would upset him. At that time, his father has heard everything. He goes to him and slaps him hard, saying, do you think I am an obstacle to your dream? I'm afraid that time will crush you and you'll waste your life in vain. In my opinion, Michael Jackson is dead and no one like him will ever come again, but I would be overjoyed if you could prove me wrong. Go and dance and prove to me and the whole world that Michael is still alive and has not died. Will you be able to prove my words wrong? Mona hugs him. At that moment, Mahender's men photograph them, and Bali takes his men to take Dolly from them on their way to the competition. Do you think they will be able to take her, my friend? I swear it won't happen. The violent, stubborn, fierce boy Mona stands up to them. He attacks them, takes off his jacket and puts it on them, and to a beat and a half, he shakes their bodies. He's just warming up. What's coming is definitely hotter. He grabs an axe and fells many of them with it. Do you think Mona is done, my friend? I swear it won't happen. One of them grabs his father, so he delivers a powerful shot towards him that knocks him to the ground. The next one, oh, the humiliation, your excellency. He runs towards that donkey and delivers a spiral blow that makes him spin onto the car's windshield. Hold your ground, Mona, you hero. His father tells him, that's enough, my son. They are about to leave, but Bali fires a bullet at his father. Mona pushes his father away and takes it in his place. Afterwards, they get into a taxi and are on their way to the competition. His father tells him, we have to take you to the hospital. He replies, later. I have to be with the team even if I don't dance with them. At that time, Bali tells his brother what happened. Mahender calls Mona saying, for how much did you sell me, my friend? Mona replies, I never sold you. You are the one who doesn't want to understand. Mahender says, I will understand, but first, one of my men will come to you with a weapon. Finish Dolly off with it, or better yet, I'll come myself. Mona replies, I'm waiting for you. After that, they arrive at the competition, and finally, the competition begins. At first, the team dances well, but as time passes, they get confused, and the judges look away from them. Do you think they will lose the competition? Say it with me, my friend. I swear it won't happen. Mona puts on his clothes, ties his wound, and enters the stage like he's Shakira. He enters to turn the stage upside down with his extraordinary moves, and everyone is in a state of shock because of his high artistic skill in dancing. Someone might ask, how is he doing all this with a bullet in his leg? And does lying cost money, my friend? Anyway, in a certain move they do, one of the girls steps on his leg, pressing on the bullet wound, and they completely ruin the show. Mona's leg starts bleeding, and he can't move from his spot. At that moment, his father screams, Mona! And the people chant after him, Mona, oh Mona, dance, come on, don't wait. Please say it with us, my friend. And indeed, Mona defies the pain and gets up, and they perform a show much stronger than the first one. The performance ends and the result is announced, and of course, they are the winners, my friend. They come out happy, but they are met by Mahender. Without any introduction, he slaps him twice, right and left. Mona tells him, that's enough, my friend. Don't destroy what's left of our friendship. Mahender replies, our friendship? What is left of our friendship that you haven't destroyed? I trusted you, let you into my home, home and considered you my brother, and you simply betrayed me. Mona says, I didn't betray you. You are the one who doesn't want to understand. Mahender raises the weapon at him, and Mona says, do you want to kill me? If you think I betrayed you, then kill me right now. Understand a little. You are a married man, and Dolly is not for you and can never be for you. What are you waiting for, my friend? Kill me. Mahender lowers his weapon and goes to Dolly, saying, so, there's absolutely no hope that you'll ever love me? Fine. Even if we split you in half between me and my friend, that won't work either. All right, listen to this, Mona. If you make her sad and she comes to complain to me about you, I'll kill you. Mona replies, and do you think anyone will teach you to dance if you kill me? Mahender answers, I no longer need you, my boy. Just look at this move. And here the film ends. In the end, don't forget your support by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. By the way, there are exciting videos on the channel that you will like. And if you don't find your favorite films, write the name of any film you love in a comment. And goodbye, my friend.